For a third straight day, health officials are reporting fewer than 200 new coronavirus cases in Ontario. 184 new cases are being confirmed today, which is roughly in line with the numbers we've been seeing over the past few days. The daily number of fatalities also appears to have stabilized over the past week, with 11 additional deaths being reported today. And the province's 5-day rolling average now sits at 202. That's a 40% lower than it was at this time last week. The daily testing numbers continue to remain above the province's target of 20,000 a day. 84.3% of Ontario's total caseload is considered resolved. And while those numbers are definitely encouraging, the key is preventing any new spikes or a second wave as the economy continues to open. One question many keep asking is why not make mandatory masks when shopping? We found out today 14 employees at a Home Depot in Richmond Hill have tested positive for COVID-19. Premier Ford is highly recommending people wear a mask when they go out, but he's stopping short of making them mandatory.
We want to work with the retailers. We don't want to force anyone to do anything. I highly recommend you go outside and you're in large groups, you're in shopping centers, wear a mask. I think it's critical that you do that. But the police 14.5 million people would be very, very difficult. We just don't have the manpower for by law and police officers to be chasing people without masks.
As of this Friday, the only regions in the province not permitted to advance to the next stage of reopening are Toronto, Peel and Windsor-Essex. The Mayor of Markham, Frank Scarpitti, is calling on the province to make masks mandatory. His region can move to the next phase of reopening this Friday, and he's concerned people from Toronto will cross municipal boundaries. He's asking all store owners in Markham to implement a no mask, no service policy. Now, masks will be mandatory on the TTC beginning July 2nd. And another issue at Queen's Park today is the concerning number of COVID cases amongst migrant workers. Mexico has hit a pause on sending any more temporary foreign workers to Canada because 2 have died after working at farms in the Windsor area. NDP leader Andrea Horwath says the Ford government has not done enough to protect them.
It's not surprising that Mexico has said that they are not willing to send any more of their citizens into Ontario until they figure out how 2 young men could have lost their lives to COVID-19 and how hundreds more are now sick with COVID-19. And finally, the government's turning its attention to the outbreaks that are happening on farms and the necessity to make sure those people who are really a key part of our food supply chain are being kept safe.
Now, the Premier today said he can't force migrant workers to be tested. Only 720 of the 8,000 in the Windsor area have had the test since June 9th. The NDP leader wants mobile testing units to be sent to the farms.